Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this Kannaway business overview. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about Kannaway's wonderful hemp and CBD products, as well as a very exciting opportunity at the moment to be able to get involved within the legal cannabis space. Now is the end of prohibition of cannabis. It is on the tip of everybody's tongues and everybody wants to know more about it. So it's a very, very exciting industry to be part of, and very, very rewarding as well when people are seeing the benefits that they're seeing. So I'm going to welcome you from the Hemp Lifestyle Network. This is the UK and European presentation. My name's Paul Gavaghan. I'm the founder of the UK Pioneers Week in Hemp with Kannaway. So anything you need to know about Kannaway in the UK and Europe, please feel free to reach out to us. You know, anybody who's invited you to this call this evening as well also has access to all of that information. So a little bit of background about myself. I was fortunate enough to find out about Kannaway back in 2017. I was purely researching cannabis for pain relief for my dad because he was on opiates. We wanted to get him off the opiates. I'd heard about cannabis. Obviously, I grew up in the 90s, so I needed to approach it very, very delicately with him. Now, as I was doing more and more research, it became very, very compelling, very exciting. I started Googling CBD and this, CBD and that, and all sorts of different conditions, one of which being what I lost my mum to. The research I read shows it prevented it, you know, and when I saw that, it became very, very close to my heart, and it became a very strong passion of mine to find out more information. Now, it's purely by chance that I was weaning my dad onto information regarding cannabis. It was so much in the mainstream media as it is today. At the time, I don't know if you'll recall it, there was a program on called Gone to Pot, where there was people like, I've forgotten the name now, the character who plays Pat Butcher from EastEnders, and Christopher Biggins and Fashnu. They went over to America and they were trying different preparations of cannabis. Really, the upshot of it was that they were purveying cannabis in a very, very positive light. I knew at that point that there was a shifting norm in economics, and there was only one reason they were showing cannabis in a positive light in primetime TV. So that led me to research even further, where I came across the different opportunities within the cannabis industry to get involved in a cannabis business without the expense and outlay of having to have the licenses, having to have products tested, having to hold stock and store stock as well, the cost and expense of that, trying to find a merchant license to be able to take payments for cannabis related products, finding ways to advertise cannabis related products. You know, it was a real minefield as I was looking at different options to get into the cannabis industry. So when I did find Kannaway, I was absolutely blown away. But I found out about it, and it was the same week that they were having a pre-European launch event. Now, at the time, I'd been setting up another business. I'd spent a lot of time and money on that, and I couldn't really afford the time or the expense to just be jumping on a plane on a whim to go to Prague the very same week I'd seen a video. I slept on it that night, though, and I've got to say the following day, I don't know whether you guys believe in fate or not, or whether you believe in these things, divine intervention, but I really felt like it was more than my gut instinct. It was more than my gut telling me. It was my whole body. It was a presence in my body telling me I had to go. I believe it was my mum guiding me to it. So I did. I booked the flight and jumped on the plane, went over to find out about Kannaway. And I was just absolutely blown away. When I saw what I saw, I knew I had to get involved. I knew I had to be part of it, not only for the investment opportunity, but also for the difference that they're making, not only to people individually, but the world in a whole. When I spotted who I'd like to get involved with, you could have knocked me off the seat with a feather. When they announced her and called her on stage, my partner, one of the top earners within the company, Valerie Alicio, happens to have the same name as my mum as well, Valerie. So when we met and we partnered up, it was just absolutely amazing. So I'm very proud to say that I was one of the first ambassadors in the UK. Also very proud to say that I was the first executive director and subsequently the first to be invited on the UK's advisory board, and also the first to reach the rank of area director, which is currently the highest held rank in the UK. So we are pioneering the way. We have got the largest and the fastest growing team within the UK. And I hope with the information I share with you today, you'll decide to get involved with us as well. So a little bit of history of hemp. It really has been around since Stone Age culture. It's really gone back so many years. You know, you can see the 9,000-year-old woven hemp fabric discovered in Turkey. If you're from the UK, during the reign of Henry VIII, if you didn't grow hemp, and you can see the statistics, the sizes there, you actually fined the equivalent of 6 months' wages. So, wow, that's how important it was to Henry VIII. Now, of course, when the European settlers, including the British as well, went over to the United States, they took hemp with them. They took hemp with them because they knew it was a staple and knew how important it was. In fact, the forefathers of America were actually hemp farmers. So going back in history, and you can look at this and check this out, Queen Victoria as well, for any Brits on here, actually used cannabis preparations for menstrual pain. So 90% of all medicine was derived from hemp in the 1800s and early 1900s. So check it out for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. So when we talk about cannabis, we're talking about a very broad spectrum. Basically, it's like talking about citrus. If you think of citrus fruits and citrus trees, obviously you've got different fruits bearing from different citrus trees, so such as lemons, oranges, grapefruits, but it's still a citrus family. Well, hemp and marijuana is the same. It comes from the cannabis family. They are sort of sister plants. We can see, though, that hemp's grown mostly for high concentrations of cannabidiol, CBD, which is non-psychoactive. It's low in the psychoactive compound, whereas marijuana is grown for the high concentration of the psychoactive effect. It has a very low concentration of CBD, cannabidiol. So hemp has got over 50,000 uses around the world. It's grown mostly for fiber and used in textiles as well, whereas marijuana is grown predominantly for its psychoactive effect. It doesn't have any industrial application. So what are cannabinoids? Well, cannabinoids are special compounds found in the cannabis plant family. Let me just close this little box here. You can see this better then. So there are at least 100 known cannabinoids, nearly 400 other chemical compounds in cannabis that are common to all plants, like chlorophyll, terpenoids, flavonoids, and plant waxes. So you can find cannabinoids and cannabinoid-like compounds in a handful of other plants, such as echinacea, flax, common tea, kava, and hops. But they are all trace amounts. They are only small amounts. These are what you call phytocannabinoids. So here's a quick video to tell you a little bit more.
The existence of hemp can be found throughout recorded history. Food, medicine, elixir, textile. Hemp is thought by some to be the first crop domesticated by our ancestors. In ancient India, it was blended with milk and spices into a drink believed to aid digestion, relieve fever, and ease dysentery. Some thought it made the body more alert, calling it the nectar of the gods. Beginning in the mid-1800s, hemp oil was a natural part of the American pharmacopoeia, prescribed for everything from cramps to chronic seizures. After the 1930s, taxes made hemp too expensive to grow, and farmers mostly abandoned the crop. Hemp became more scarce. Cannabinoids all but disappeared from the food chain, and Americans became deficient in cannabinoids. Cannabidiol is a naturally occurring chemical compound found in plants like echinacea, flax, and of course hemp. In this form, it's referred to as a phytocannabinoid. But plants aren't the only source. Cannabinoids also exist in the human body and can even be found in breast milk. Some researchers contend they play a critical role in early childhood development. Regardless of the source, cannabinoids work in conjunction with the body's endocannabinoid system, also known as the ECS. The ECS is a network of cannabinoid receptors found in the mammalian brain and abdominal organs. This system plays a key role in regulating many natural functions, including mood, sleep, and appetite. Present from even the earliest stages of fetal development, the ECS predominantly consists of endocannabinoid receptors located in both the central and peripheral nervous systems. CB1 receptors in the central nervous system combine with the brain's nerve cells to help regulate the body's biochemistry. Both endocannabinoids and phytocannabinoids bind to these receptor points to control the passage of proteins between cells. CB2 receptors in the peripheral nervous system are mostly found on white blood cells, in the tonsils, and in the spleen. Cannabinoids that bind to these sites help modulate the immune system response to disease and injury. Research has shown that cannabidiol has the potential to reduce inflammation and protect critical cells against oxidation. However, with a lack of cannabidiol in the food supply and the tendency for endogenous cannabinoids to degrade within the human body, most people are deficient in these important compounds. This absence of cannabinoids has led researchers to establish a condition known as clinical endocannabinoid deficiency syndrome. A diet rich in phytocannabinoids, such as high concentration hemp oils and hemp seeds, may offset this deficiency. The discovery of cannabinoids and the endocannabinoid system has forced the scientific community to rethink how many of our most debilitating diseases function and how to treat them. As it turns out, so many of us are deficient in this fundamental substance that plays a key role in keeping our bodies balanced and healthy. These receptors are an intrinsic part of who we are, leading us to ask, are we starved of cannabinoids?
Wow. So pretty amazing. The first time I saw that, I was absolutely blown away. Now, I'm not an expert in CBD. I'm not an expert in cannabis, cannabinoids, or even the endocannabinoid system. However, the man we just heard speaking there, our CEO and founder, Dr. Stuart Titus, is. He's one of the world's leading experts on cannabinoids and the endocannabinoid system. In fact, he travels all over the world to teach people about it. So we're very, very honoured and very, very excited to say that we're part and parcel of this company and he is leading the way. He's the one who educates us and trains us, and we're so lucky to have such a prestigious expert at the forefront guiding the way within our industry. So when you look at the endogenous cannabinoid system, the system that's just been explained that's inside us, you can see what it does, you can see where it's located, and you can see that there's receptors all over our body. Whatever your beliefs may be, whether they be religious or scientific, whatever or whoever created or however we were created, it's absolutely mind-blowing to me to realize that we have these receptors all over our bodies that are designed to receive this plant that's grown out of the ground, that's given on the earth. So absolutely mind-blowing for me, but don't take my word for it. Check this guy out as well. He blew me away. Dr. David Allen. Watch his video on YouTube. There's a quote from him here. I don't really feel that reading the quote does it justice. Listen to him saying it himself, because he is a retired heart surgeon, and now he's a member of the International Cannabis Research Society. So check this guy out, Dr. David Allen. So looking at Kannaway, there's lots of CBD companies out there. People ask me all the time about different companies. What do you know about this one? What do you know about that one? What about this? What about that? Well, at the beginning, I did start to look around at different companies, tried to research them a little bit more, tried to general up my knowledge on what was known as the competition out there. But I came to realise that there is no competition out there. There's nothing like this. There's nothing like this company or like these products. Companies, the first one I did research and spend time researching, is no longer around. And subsequently since that, other companies have gone as well. Other companies will come and they'll continue to go, especially with the new laws and regulations that are going to be coming into the UK very, very soon. So for me, it's a no-brainer. It's all about being with a company that's here to last, that's here, that you can be proud to represent as well. And these are the 4 pillars it's built on. First and foremost, family-oriented. I was fortunate enough to discover this to be true for myself very early in my Kannaway career, within a matter of weeks of being involved within Kannaway. Although I don't watch the news, I was guided to a news article, a link for a news article for Granada Tonight, which is my local area. And it was an appeal from a family that were appealing for help with cannabinoids and cannabinoid treatment. They were actually from my hometown. When I saw this, I was absolutely blown away. I contacted the company. I contacted my partner Valerie. We spoke to many people. They weren't really ready to release the program that we have into Europe at that stage, but we persisted, and very proud to announce that within a matter of a couple of days, this family was getting assistance from us. They were getting products that were delivered to the door. They were on the doorstep, and this little girl was getting so much help. So going from over 100 seizures a day, which anyone could have killed her, and the parents being on constant watch of her, to going down to around about 20 seizures a day, to giving the family a life back. You know, and for me to have only been involved with the company for a matter of weeks, and for Kannaway to just step forward and to do what they did to help this family, it really proved to me that they really are what they say. We're also sustainable because we aren't just about CBD. We are a hemp company. Prior to getting into direct sales, our parent company, Medical Marijuana Inc., was the first publicly traded cannabis company out there. And they are sustainable because the products that we're developing and the products that we're going to be planning on retailing in the future are fully sustainable and derived from hemp. When you look at hemp's carbon footprint, you can see it is quite often carbon neutral, if not carbon negative. So amazing, amazing things for the environment. All the products we use are natural and botanical. There are no hidden nasties or extras in there. It is completely and utterly natural and botanical. There's nothing extra in it. It's just plants. Also, we're driven by science. You know, we're partnered from our parent company, and we have sister companies, Axin Biotech and Canalife Sciences, which are out there leading the way in research and development of new products. We also work with the National Institutes of Health patent, the 507 patent, for research and development as well. There's no other company out there doing things like this. So, you know, talking about 4 pillars of Kannaway, you've got to look at these things for other companies as well. And I'm afraid to say, you're just not going to find it. There's no one else spending the money and doing the development and research that we are. So something very, very to be proud of. So as I was telling you, our parent company, Medical Marijuana Inc., it was the first publicly traded cannabis company in the United States. That was back in 2009. In 2014, they decided to start up Kannaway as the direct sales arm because it's word of mouth marketing. The fastest way and the quickest way and the cheapest way of advertising is word of mouth. Not multimedia marketing, not on newspapers, magazines, TV, radio, word of mouth. Kannaway, Medical Marijuana Inc. understood this, and that's why they introduced the direct sales arm in 2014 to get these products out there to people and in the hands of every man, woman, and child that need them. So what I want to point out here is that we are a cannabis company, we are a CBD company, we are the hemp company that were leading the way and decided to get into the direct sales space. We aren't a direct sales network marketing company that's just decided to jump onto the CBD bandwagon. So Kannaway is also the first direct selling company in the cannabis space. So before us, there was nobody else. We're the first one to open up into Europe out of the United States and also opening up many other territories as well. Kannaway is the original and the best, just like Coca-Cola. You wouldn't want any cheap imitations. That's why Kannaway is spending the money that they're spending and fighting legal battles to get these products into the hands of people in countries where they deserve them as well. So Kannaway is the first to establish a global CBD pipeline. That means spanning the products all across the globe. We're opening up in new countries all the time. We're the first to establish strict quality standards and triple lab testing. So we lead the way and we pioneered this technology. We're the first to present CBD to the World Health Organization. When we did present it, we recommended that it remain a food. Why should it remain a food rather than a medicine? Because with a food, it's available to every man, woman, and child on this earth. With a medicine, you've got to rely on a doctor to prescribe it to you. So Kannaway is a company of first because we're the first company to get CBD and the first company to develop a pure CBD for Mexico's rules and regulations. In Brazil, the laws were changed to help a family, the fishers that we were sending products, or using our products. Now we supply them on prescription, as well as Paraguay and Uruguay as well. So it's the first international CBD brand where our products are actually on prescription in other countries. Now, I'm not making medical claims. This is a disclaimer here. All I'm saying is that our products in Europe, in the USA, and the UK included in that is a food. It's just a coincidence. In other countries, they're on prescription. So here's the patent I was telling you about earlier. Let me just close this down a little bit for you so you can see. Don't take my word for it. Check it out yourself. It's also known as the 507 patent. This was awarded in 2003. So that's 16 years ago now. So 16 years, there's been a legal patent in the United States stating cannabinoids are useful in a wide range of treatment of a wide range of oxidative related conditions, and also that they're useful in the treatment and prevention of diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Now, these are quite common. These are quite well known, and I know a few people who have family who are affected by these. In fact, I've got customers who have been affected by these. I'm very proud to say that I've heard someone say to me with Parkinson's, and with a very proud phone call, to say that they can now write their own name. In fact, they can write the first betting slip that they've been able to write in 3 years, which is quite a throwaway comment for most people, but to this guy, it meant a hell of a lot. So that's the kind of products that we've got in our hand, and that's what's been patented for 16 years, yet the same government say it has no medicinal benefit. So Kannaway leads with quality people. We're looking for quality people and we're looking for quality leaders. As we only expanded into Europe last year, our global expansion is growing and we're always looking for new leaders who want to pioneer the way. Kannaway is always making the headlines. You will see it in multiple publications, in multiple press articles. They're always making the news. They're always in articles for the quality of products, for the changes that they're making within countries' laws, just for the fact that they're blazing the trail within this industry. So here's a little bit more about Kannaway.
When Medical Marijuana Inc. became the first publicly traded cannabis company, we challenged ourselves to become the world's premier phytocannabinoid provider. We innovated an online marketplace and direct sales program that cannot be matched. Our success as a company derives from our purpose to help people live better and create a more sustainable world. We sought out the most qualified farmers on the planet and developed the ideal cultivars for large-scale hemp production. In doing so, we were the first to develop cannabidiol-based product line. We were also the first to standardize the concentration of cannabidiol in each of our products, simply because it had never been done before. In the beginning, there were no guidelines to ensure a product's quality, so we developed a multi-tier lab testing procedure because it was the right thing to do for our customers. In those early days, the technology to produce cannabidiol on the scale we envisioned simply did not exist, so we invented it, becoming the first company to create an integrated CBD pipeline in the process. We developed the largest, most reliable source of phytocannabinoid products for the United States and dozens of countries around the world. We have also led the way in research. We were the first to obtain a license from the National Institutes of Health to develop cannabinoids as a drug treatment for degenerative brain diseases like CTE. This research opens the door to therapies for several other neurological disorders. You can see the impact of this movement all across the globe. In Paraguay and Puerto Rico, ours were the first phytocannabinoid-based products to be licensed as medically approved treatments. In Brazil, one little girl's need for cannabidiol created the first ever government subsidies for a phytocannabinoid product. Now, our hemp oil is being prescribed in Brazil for epilepsy, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, as well as for chronic pain and other conditions. In Mexico, the law was actually rewritten to allow the use of cannabidiol to treat a young autistic girl's seizures. To meet Mexico's strict regulation, we created the first completely THC-free hemp oil product on the market. From clean biofuels to building materials, hemp's possibilities are limitless. With it, we can change the status quo. We're proud of the things we've accomplished and the lives that we've touched. While Many follow in our footsteps. We continue to forge a new path to health and wellness.
That's it. This is the company we're talking about, forging a new path to health and wellness. So, right, the Kannaway family of products. Here it shows you a selection of some of the products. They are completely natural and organic, as I said earlier. They're free of herbicides and pesticides, non-GMO. We know this because they're all grown in generation farms. We grow the products ourselves. It's our own cultivar. We manufacture the products. We extract the products. We distribute the products. We bottle, package, do everything. We do all the whole shooting match. So from seed to seal, we do everything and we test it all along the way as well. So great news for Kannaway. As earlier this month, we received the certification seal from the US Hemp Authority. This is an important recognition of the quality and safety measures Kannaway has put in place to ensure the integrity of our products. So with Kannaway, consumers have access to certified safety and accurately labelled hemp-derived products. There's so much out there in this unregulated market at the moment that doesn't have what it says on the bottle. Amazon did a test very recently where they checked 7 different products. 6 out of the 7 didn't have any CBD in them whatsoever. So we're very proud to hold the Hemp Authority certified seal because it states that what we say on the label is exactly what's in the bottle. So our full spectrum oil and the full spectrum supplements is first off the Kannaway Pure Gold. This is absolutely amazing. This is a product I use daily. I've suffered with chronic pain within my back for many, many years now, since a car accident when I was younger. It's gradually got worse as I've got older. But since using CBD, it's made my life a hell of a lot easier. Simple things like standing up and sitting down off the sofa, getting up and down the stairs, getting in and out of the car. Very, very basic things for a lot of people, but it's made a hell of a difference to my life. These are absolutely amazing. This comes in a 120 ml bottle. It's 1,000 milligrams of full spectrum oil. There are actually 3 different types of CBD out there. PCR oil, phytocannabinoid rich, which generally says on the bottle PCR oil. Phytocannabinoid rich is generally made from seeds, so it is quite low in cannabinoids. It only has trace amounts in it. So you do generally see a percentage on those bottles, and it's a small percentage as well. Then you have the isolates. Isolates are just one of the cannabinoids, CBD. It's taken away from the rest of the components of the plant, and it's isolated on its own. It's suspended within a carrier oil. Generally, again, that's got a percentage on it. It could be quite a bit higher, but it is just one of the cannabinoids. Whereas with ours, what we do is we isolate the THC, the psychoactive component. We take that out of it, and we leave the rest of the goodness to go into our oil. That means you're getting a full broad spectrum of all the flavonoids, the terpenes, the waxes, as well as all the other cannabinoids as well. So it's just like fruit and veg, really. When it comes to fruit and veg, you need to have 5 a day, or at least a 5 a day, they say, because different fruit and veg have different benefits within your body. It's exactly the same with cannabinoids. Different cannabinoids give different benefits and different results within your body. So therefore, by having a full spectrum, a broad spectrum oil, you're going to give your body lots more benefits. We're also very proud to announce, as of last month, that Kannaway Gold is the first CBD product to be included in the PDR. What is the PDR? Well, it's the prescriber's digital reference. Basically, they don't have a desk reference anymore. It's what it used to be, which was a physical form that would have sat in a doctor's desk. Now it's a digital reference. It's all online. Basically, if you're speaking to a healthcare professional in the US, they're going to recommend this oil. There's no other oil in the world that's in the PDR. There is just our products. So that speaks volumes alone for me, guys, not to mention the fact that it's on prescription in some countries. There's no other CBD product out there that is doing these things and that is trusted and recommended by physicians. So the CBD vape, this is an amazing way to get CBD straight into your bloodstream because you're vaping it into your lungs. It enters into your bloodstream up to 1,500 times quicker than taking it orally. We've got currently 2 vapes, 100 milligram, which is a citrus flavor vape, and we also have a 300 milligram eucalyptus vape, which is absolutely amazing. Both really, really good. I prefer the 300 milligram. Although I don't vape, I just like to have a little bit of a top up of CBD throughout the day, and it helps clear my sinuses as well. We don't just do CBD products, like I said to you earlier. We are a hemp company, so with hemp there are hemp foods, one of which is the Kannaway super greens, because hemp is a superfood. There's over 40 different superfoods within our super greens. This gives an amazing fuel for your body. Our body is a vehicle. It's designed to run on fuel. That's why we eat. And that's why superfoods are known to give your body the nutrition that it needs to help create inner balance. So with these super greens, it's a great addition to your daily diet. Now, whether you're looking to build up some muscle mass, or maybe you're looking to drop a little bit of weight, the Kannaway Power Protein is an amazing product for doing that as well. If you want it to be a meal replacement, it's very substantial. It's great to mix with different fruits as well. You can mix it with milk, water. There's loads of different things. It comes with a lot of recipe cards and serving suggestions as well. But also, if you're wanting to use it as a pre or post workout, it's an amazing, amazing source of protein. So the topical salve, let me just close this or move this a little bit so you can see. Well, you can build a business on this product alone. This is absolutely amazing. Any skin condition whatsoever, whatever it may be, just get some salve on it. My answer to everything, get some salve on it, get some salve on it. I've known people use it on the gums for toothache. I've known it used on the fingers for burns, taking trays out of the oven. I've known people use it for dry skin conditions. I've known people put it on aches and pains. And everybody that uses it absolutely loves it. That's why you could build a business on this product alone, because it is absolutely amazing. And it's a must-have for every household. The Cannabis Beauty Skincare. Well, this is beauty's latest secret. These are mind-blowing products, getting some amazing press throughout the world based on these products as well, which are mixed with a unique Bee-bong formula. Bee-bong is Korean for secret. And our chief formulator, Dr. Janelle Kim, shares her secret with us, which is over 700 years of family lineage secret, which has been used in the past to treat the Korean royal family. So if it's good enough for them guys, it's definitely good enough for you. Our Bee-bong essential oils as well. These are amazing products. These are a must-have in the household for every day, for all of the family as well. These can be used in a diffuser. They can be put onto pressure points within the body. They can be put in a bath or anywhere you want to use them, but they smell amazing and they do exactly what they say on the tin. The yellow one is energy, so to perk you up. The tranquility, to bring you back down and chill you out, maybe help wind you down after a heavy day. And the immunity, which is perfect for going in the burner to keep away all those nasty bugs and germs. And, you know, fortunately, with this business, since I've been involved, I've been traveling a hell of a lot more. So it's always important to keep the immunity with me, because I want to keep away all those bugs and nasties that you get on the planes. So Kannaway in the future of hemp. Well, as I said to you earlier, there's over 50,000 uses and benefits of hemp. So to let that sink in for a second, that means as a hemp company, our product range is going to continue to grow. Now, we started, when I first started in the pre-European launch stage, with just 4 products. Since then, it's grown into food. It's grown into clothing. So there's so many other things that it can go into. As you can see here, just a few of the things. Anything that is oil-based can be made from hemp. In fact, Henry Ford made a hemp car completely made out of hemp and powered on hemp biofuel. So imagine that for the future. Also, looking into it, it's been suggested as well that hemp batteries would be an amazing addition to our product range. Hemp is a fantastic conductor of electricity, and the nutrients that it gives to the soil when you discard the battery at the end of it, you can throw it in the ground and not feel guilty whatsoever, because when it biodegrades, it's going to give amazing nutrients within the soil. This is just some of the scope that we've got for how our business is going to grow in the future. So here's some of the hemp clothing brand. Hempies is the company that we're partnered with. We were just speaking with the owner of Hempies whilst we were over in Vienna, our Hemp for Humanity event. He was talking about the new product range that's rolling out into Europe very, very soon as well. So it is going to be expanding and growing all the time. We're very proud to announce that Kannaway has been featured in Prosper magazine. It is a successful home-based business magazine and does feature these. So it's an ideal sharing tool for those of you in the business and you want to tell more people about it and give them information, or if you're wanting to get more information on the business, it's a great way to look into it as well. You just simply need to get back to the person who invited you to this call and ask for a copy. Or in fact, if you're purchasing one of our value packs, you get a copy sent through to you anyway. So Canna Life Sciences, I touched on briefly before, is one of our sister companies. It's a subsidiary of Medical Marijuana Inc., a sister company to Kannaway. Canna Life Sciences is a socially responsible biopharmaceutical company developing cannabinoid-based therapeutics for treating neurological diseases. So there are no other companies out there that are doing this to this extent and working within the sports industry and sports treatments as well. So Canna Life Sciences is conducting research and development for a target drug candidate to treat specific conditions within the brain. So they're actually working on a drug, CBD, a cannabis-based product. So it's going to candidate a specific. It's going to find a specific area within the brain to help treat these diseases. So, introducing Kannaway Sports. Like I say, with the CTE and the HE, these are quite common within the sports industry. So we do have a lot of ambassadors for sports and also ambassadors for CBD, for cannabidiol, and for Kannaway itself as well. So here's some of them here. A few of them are American-based. You may not recognise some of them if you're over here in the UK or in Europe as well. But check out the website. It's kannaway.com/sports, and you can find out their story related to CBD, how it's helped them, and also what Kannaway is doing for them. This is something that's very close to my heart. This I was telling you about earlier, the little girl we was managing to help. This is with Echo Connection. I was fortunate enough whilst we were over in Vienna to be called on stage and speak in front of 2,000 people from all over Europe about my experience with Echo, what it's done for my business. This is an absolutely mind-blowing cause. Whether you get involved or not, you should do. Everybody who sees this should be donating something, especially if you're getting involved in the business with us. I expect you to make a little donation every month, just the smallest amount. It makes a huge, huge difference. So it stands for education, collaboration, and hope, and that's what they provide. When you go on the website, it's very easy to navigate. When you click on the education tab, there's over 24,000 peer-reviewed case studies on all ailments from A to W of illnesses, from Alzheimer's to cancer to Parkinson's to rheumatism, all sorts of different things. Go on there and check it out for yourself. Very, very proud to say that any penny that you make as a donation and every penny that you make as a donation, 100% of it goes towards helping these families because all administrative costs are covered by Medical Marijuana Inc. So you can use Echo for education to understand the many aspects of cannabis. You can use it to create your own collaboration blog to share your stories if you're using it and getting great experiences. Or you can use it to provide hope and make a difference with your donations. A quote here from John F. Kennedy: "One person can make a difference and every person must try." So let's hear a little bit more about what Echo's doing and what Medical Marijuana is doing to help other families.
It is being called a miracle. This little girl named Ani has gone from 60 seizures a day to almost zero.
Ani lives in Brazil, but new at 7 o'clock, 10 News anchor Robert Santos shows how her savior was in San Diego.
In this Brazilian documentary, Catiel Fisher explains how her daughter Ani started having aggressive epileptic seizures when she was 3. The family never lost hope despite the sadness.
Exatamente essa esperança.
That hope led her to this Facebook page created by a Dallas mother whose little girl also suffered from debilitating seizures.
It was very hard.
Penny Howard became a source of strength for the Fishers because she and her husband discovered a cannabis-based product that worked wonders for their daughter.
It was a big deal because now we had our kid. We had our daughter.
The challenge for the Fishers was in Brazil, any product made of cannabis was illegal. Desperate, they illegally imported it.
Brazilian customs discovered a shipment, and that led to a court case. The Fishers testified that product kept Ani alive, decreasing her seizures from 60 times a day to almost zero. The Brazilian government ruled it would be inhumane to keep it from little Ani. The Fishers set a precedent by changing the law.
This is the product that families are calling a miracle cure. It's called Real Scientific Hemp Oil, and the company that makes it is right here in San Diego.
The level of THC is very, very minimal.
Dr. Stuart Titus runs Medical Marijuana Inc., the first to work exclusively with Brazil, which will pay them for the product. Brazil's landmark decision opens up a multi-million-dollar hemp oil pipeline from San Diego.
San Diego is really becoming a major center for developing these wonderful CBD-based products.
Robert Santos, 10 News.
Dr. Titus says Brazil has agreed to pay for the hemp oil product for about 1,000 patients. The Fishers and the Howards plan to meet for the first time in a few months here in Southern California.
So the Real Scientific Hemp Oil is the secret of our sauce. It's the base for our oils. I'm so proud to say that I've met Penny Howard. I've met her on a couple of occasions now, in both Prague and in Vienna. Absolutely amazing woman. Her story's phenomenal. You must learn more about that. And also, I was quite fortunate because I was exhibiting at the CBD, the UK's first CBD and Hemp Expo at the Birmingham NEC just a couple of weeks back now. And I met a Brazilian guy who's a friend of the Fisher family as well. So absolutely phenomenal. So talking about the right place at the right time, well, I've been involved in sales most of my career, although it's not much use to me in this industry because this is more a relationship business rather than a sales business. Now, one thing I do know, though, is that throughout my sales career, when I first entered in the late 90s, the industry I'd chosen to work in told me, oh, if you'd have been involved in this in the 80s, it was absolutely booming. It was blowing up. The money you'd have made was absolutely unbelievable. You'd have been taking carrier bags full of money home. It's absolutely phenomenal. So, I did quite well in that industry, but then I moved on in the early noughties. I moved into a new industry. I moved abroad. And they said, if you'd have been involved in this in the 90s, you'd have been taking bin bags full of money home. And I always had that thought, from that young age that I was kind of a decade behind where I was getting involved in. So I was always looking for the next big thing, the right place at the right time. And with all the media coverage that's been around cannabis lately and over the last couple of years, you really can safely say that it is the end of prohibition of cannabis. It is the right time, and you are in the right place looking at Kannaway because it is the original and the best. So there is nothing else like it out there. So when you're looking at the cannabis industry, just for America alone, you can see from 2014 it was 4.6 billion, and going up to 2020 it's going to be 22 billion. That's just in the United States alone. Over the European market, it's going to be 115 billion. 115 billion with a B dollars, euros, sorry, and that's going to be by 2020 as well. So expected to out earn the entire organic foods industry within the next 5 years. That's how quick it's growing, and you're in right at the beginning. It's the perfect time to get involved. So opportunity. Well, the network marketing industry generates a massive 190 billion in annual global sales, and this trend's growing. About 75% of the public purchase goods or services through network marketing distributors. I'm sure most of the people on here have heard of Avon, and I'm sure most people have bought something from Avon. Well, that's a network marketing company. Clean Easy, unfortunately, they're not going anymore, but that was one that was around for many, many years, and I know a lot of people have bought products from them as well. So in 2016, 74% involved in the network marketing industry were women. So if you're on here as a woman, well, then you've got strength in numbers, and you see the most success that way. If you're a man, well, then we want to see some solidarity, and let's show it. Let's put our hands up for the men as well. So the network marketing industry is an absolutely amazing industry. 190 billion in annual global sales. It's more than double what the movie industry does, which is Hollywood and all its paraphernalia that goes with it. This industry pays out an average $200 million per day in average global commissions. It's massive. So a quote from Harvard's Business School is joining a company with 500,000 distributors or less is said to be a cutting edge opportunity. One with 100,000 distributors or less is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Kannaway's experienced 7,000% growth in the last 3 years with less than 100,000 brand ambassadors globally. Globally, I can tell you now there is only 65,000. So it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Now is the time to be getting involved, guys, right today. So March 16 through to November 18 sales, they had a 70 times monthly increase on sales. It is a global opportunity and continuing to spread across the world every single quarter. So the compensation plan highlights, for those who are familiar with network marketing, you'll recognize some of these phrases. For those of you who aren't, then I wouldn't get bogged down with trying to understand it all too much. Speak to the person who got invited you to this call. We are all here to help mentor you and train you to the level that you need to be. You can see from the diagram, there's a heart within the dollar sign. That's because you are helping from the heart. Every single penny you make comes from helping somebody else. So if you make $1 million, it means you've helped 1 million people. So there's some amazing, amazing ways to get paid as well. Also, as well as getting paid on top of that, Kannaway do offer, as your business grows and you get promoted, the opportunity to win shares and to be awarded with stock from a parent company, Medical Marijuana Inc. You can see growing up to Double Crown Ambassador Elite, it's a total amount of 4.5 million shares within the parent company. So how do we get started? It's very, very simple. You become a brand ambassador for €47.80 for a yearly membership. You get wholesale pricing on all of your products. You get your own replicated and personalized Kannaway website. What that means is you can send this website out to people. People can then order from that website. They pay Kannaway. Kannaway deal with all payments and merchant services for cannabis-related products. Kannaway then deal with all the logistics. They ship the products, they distribute the products, they email the consumer, the customer, with a tracking number so they can keep track of the parcel as well. And once the customer's received it, Kannaway pay us a commission for referring them. It's that simple. You know, so Kannaway are dealing with all the headaches and the logistics of the business. All we're doing is referring and speaking to people. You don't have to hold on to stock. You don't have to have your spare room full up of bottles of oil and different CBD and hemp products. It doesn't work that way, guys. It's very, very simple with your replicated website. So as you're growing and you're bringing more people on, you get a virtual office to keep track of your business. You've got an amazing mobile app which you can use anywhere in the world to share your business. So it's basically a virtual business that you can take anywhere in the world as long as you've got one of these. You're eligible to earn and create a residual income from compensation plan. Residual income means you do the work once and continue to get paid over and over again for it. Also eligible to earn special trips and incentives. We've got a couple of exciting ones on at the moment for Costa Rica and for Dubai. If you want to know more, just get involved. So lead by example. When you get involved, make an appropriate initial order, launch your business, and launch your business with a value pack. If you decide to launch your business with a value pack during the month of March, then you can enroll for just €1. That means for just €1, you can have your own legal cannabis business. Let that absorb for a second. Now, if you go for a junior executive pack or above, it qualifies you for our Fast Start program. So we set up your smart ship and then we go to enroll 3 brand ambassadors or customers with a value pack within your first 30 days. Do you think you can get 3 customers or 3 new people within your team within the first 30 days? If you can, then go for Fast Start Qualified. It means you get triple commissions on all your direct sales bonuses for your entire career with Kannaway. Become Fast Start 3000 within 60 days, you get a $1,000 bonus. And or Fast Start 9000 within your first 90 days, it's an additional $1,000 bonus. So you get on board, work your way up fast, success loves speed, help the new people you bring on board do the same, and watch your business grow exponentially. So if you want to just try the products and you want to sample them for yourselves, see what they're all about, then utilize one of the value packs. They are called value packs for a reason, because they represent better value for money. So starting from our basic value pack, starter value pack to pure starter value pack, you've got a different variety of products to sample and try. Maybe you've got other people in your family or friends that you think might like to try them with you as well, so you can share that opportunity. Or maybe you just want to get involved and start a part-time business. Well, the Junior Fast Start Executive Pack is your base level for your Fast Start qualification. Your Senior Executive Value Pack Well, it's double the amount of products, so it's even better value for money. Also, you get the power proteins, you get the super greens included in that as well. So you can see it's a lot larger bundle to be able to sample and to trial some of the products for yourself. Of course, if you're launching a business and you're serious about launching a business, the only one to go for is the total product experience value pack. It represents the best value for money out of all the packs that we've got. At £908, that means for less than £1,000, you have your own fully legal cannabis business with a full range and variety of products, including our new 30 milliliter, 500 milligram pure gold as well. So thank you for tuning in this evening, and thank you for your consideration. Whichever way you choose to go, just get back to the person who invited you to this call this evening and let them know what you want to do. Thank you very much. I've been Paul Gavaghan, and I hope you've enjoyed the show. Good night.